and welcome to the first video of the YouTube channel Cozy Kitten Digital. This channel is part of a larger digital platform, Cozy Kitten Digital, where you can visit the website on cozykittendigital.com. My name is Marika, and I will be walking you through some of the things that you can expect with Cozy Kitten Digital. So the main reason for this video is to introduce the Cozy Kitten Digital Planner and sticker set that will be launching the 1st of December. And if that's why you're here, there will be chapters below, so just skip to that part. But before we get to that, I'd like to introduce to you what Cozy Kitten Digital is going to be going forward, both the website as well as this YouTube space. What I have in mind for the website, so www.cozykittendigital.com, the link will be in the description, is mainly the shop, so where you could find digital planners, stickers, as well as some cell phone themes if that's what you're interested. I also have a blog on there, so it will be about my interests and that type of thing. So if you feel like reading something while you're on the site, while you're waiting for downloads, that type of thing, by all means go ahead. But the main reason for the website is the digital planning space. So if you're having issues with navigating through planners, downloading planners, that type of thing, this channel will have videos for those frequently asked questions, but then also this channel will be a place for learning. So whether it's learning how to use GoodNotes, whether it's learning how to use Notion, whether it's the recent interest I have in podcasts I've been listening to, like history, science, that type of thing, that's what this is going to be. So it will be a bunch of how-to guides. It will be some interesting videos, perhaps travel vlogging, but also on this channel you will find some productivity videos. So whether it's a review of the latest productivity books, or whether it's, as I said, how I use Notion, how to use my guides, how to set up your to-do list on your iPhone, anything like that, just to make your life more seamless and, I wouldn't say effortless, but efficient. This is what this channel will be about also. Mainly, if I could sum it up in one word, it's productivity. So without further ado, let me introduce to you the Cozy Kitten Digital Planner. So this is the cover. You can see it's quite a neutral color. I will do a Procreate video in the future to show you how to customize it completely to the way you like it. But for now, this is it. It's quite easy to get into the next page. You either swipe or, for the fun of it, tap on the cover. Over here's the home page, and we start off by looking at Cozy Kitten emblem and just a thank you for supporting the planner and just buying it if you do. There are also some links to the social pages for Cozy Kitten Digital, so Pinterest, website, Instagram and Facebook. Then you get into this side of the page and it says this planner belongs to. There's also, and this year I will be. So this is where you say what your goal is. I will be productive, I will be healthy, I will be the best me. So it all depends on you. Over here, this is where you can put a picture that makes you happy, or your year vision board, whatever it is, you know, picture of your kids, picture of your dogs, picture of the holiday you want to go for, aspirationally, up to you. Then at the bottom here are the fonts used. So the headings, generally I used Batfight Signature, which is a font in Procreate from a free font website. And then the body I used Snell Roundhand. It's a standard font that you find within GoodNotes, so that way if you do want to use the text option in GoodNotes, it looks uniform throughout your planner. At the top here, you'll see there are the different days of the month, and on the side there's 1 to 10, and up here are 10 different tabs. These are the tabs that you will see throughout the entire planner, throughout every single page. So the top is, as you can imagine, going to your planner pages for the monthly pages. Over here is a bar for your annual pages, which we'll go through in a minute. And on the side are your pages that you customize for yourself, that you want to be able to get to no matter where you are. So we start with the first annual page, and that's the year at a glance. So you'll notice again that this planner is undated, so you can use this planner over and over and over again. Each of these tabs or dates are hyperlinked along with the weeks, so it will take you wherever you need to go if you want to quickly have a look. On this side you have important dates, so you can write down birthdays, school holidays, whatever it is you wish, public holidays, your choice. Or what I'm going to use is a key, so that if it's a public holiday, I'll put highlight in, say, blue, and then highlight the days that are public holidays. Very simple, very easy. Then we go to the year goals. I broke it down to your year's goal and then actionable steps that you can take every single month in order to achieve that goal. So for instance, if your goal is to, I don't know, start a YouTube channel and you want to get to 100 subscribers in the first year, you start small. In January, you want to put out a campaign. So Pinterest campaign, that type of thing. So by February, you might have 5 or 6 subscribers. The whole point of this is to give yourself small actionable steps so that you don't have this huge goal and not know where to start. It includes the my why, so it's very important to remember why you're doing something. It's not just about having a goal and doing it, but also remembering why you're doing it. And over here it has what success looks like. So it could be success in the form of a picture, so you can have another vision board, or you can have a paragraph saying what your most successful self looks like for you. Then there are links at the bottom to your monthly goals, which we'll get to in a minute. So each one is linked to your monthly goals at the bottom. Next is your health goals for the year, so your annual health. So I have a non-scale goal here in case you are someone who wants to, say, get down to certain weight, and you want a certain BMI, you want certain body fat percentage, and how you're going to do that. And then there's a non-scale goal, but this is a health page more than a fitness page. So it could be things like getting your blood sugar down, and you can say, goal 1, I'm going to get my blood sugar down. And again, small actionable steps. So January, I will reduce my sugar in my coffee by 1 teaspoon. So that by the time January is done, you won't even remember that you had that extra teaspoon, so that in February you can maybe reduce it even further. So that by the time you get to December, it's these small, tiny little steps that will get you to your larger goal. At the bottom over here, you have links to all the different months for your health goals, and we'll get to those in a minute as well. Then we get to the finance page. So with the finance page, you start over here with what you expect your average income that year will be. You start with how much you have in your savings before the year starts, how much you have in your investment portfolios if you have those, and how much your starting debt is. Then you have an income goal, you have a savings goal, investment goal, and debt goal. How much do you want to pay off in the year? These dates link to the monthly financial pages, which we'll explain later. But from those and the weekly finance pages, you will import the data into this. And I've broken this up into income, expenses, investments, giving, so if you do charity, debt, and savings. And then at the beginning of the year, you calculate what your starting net worth is. And at the end of the year, you can see what your end net worth is. That way you can see what your financial progress was. Moving on to the My Pages. So this is where the tabs on the right come into play. So these are basically blank pages for you to fill whatever you need to fill it with, whether it's class schedules, tests, whether it's customer information, sales data, meeting notes. That is all up to you. And there's quick access from every single page. Over here you label which every page is. Then lastly, there's the templates page. So these are a few pages that you can use in the blank pages throughout the journal. So you have a blank page with absolutely nothing on it. There's a lined page for notes, dotted page, grid page. Then there's a week that you don't time block with, and we'll get to that later. Memories, so if you want to have a memories page every month. A savings jar, because if you're saving up for something, it's nice to have a little visual. A year planner, for if the year at a glance over there is not enough, then you can actually plan your year in far more detail. And lastly, vision board. So your vision board for that month or that year or whatever it is that you're looking for. So those are all the annual pages. Next are the monthly planning pages. So this is how you plan for your month. You'll notice each month is at the top of every single page. Every single one of these blocks are hyperlinked. So if you want to go to week 1 of January, you can. If you want to go to the second Wednesday, you can. So each one is hyperlinked. Then you also have a blank space over here. So this is for you to do with whatever you want, whether you want to add photos, whether you want to add widgets, and we'll get to widgets later. This is up to you. Just scribble some notes, your choice. Then every month has monthly trackers, and these are found each month for the respective month at the bottom of the page. So then you have your monthly goals. So for instance, this month, so like you had the word of the year saying this year I'll be productive, for instance, you say this month I'll be empathetic, this month I'll be strong, this month I'll be a traveler, or whatever it is you want to put down there. Then new habits you want to try, and then the 3 goals that you had for that month. That could maybe even come from your yearly goals. So you could place your actionable steps over there. So on this side of the page is the planning of the month, and then this side of the page is reflection of the month. So this month I was most proud of, and you can say which of the goals you were most proud of, what you achieved, whatever it is. So for instance, this month I would say, I did yoga twice a week, every week for the month. And I'm going to celebrate my success by buying myself some new yoga uniform or something like that. Then next there's the goals I struggled with, which they are, and how I'm going to reevaluate those goals. So perhaps next month I'll approach that goal differently and in order to achieve it. Again, over here you have your space to make notes, and then just a quick note on the little calendars you'll be seeing throughout the monthly, weekly, and daily pages. These little calendars are also hyperlinked every single day. So whether you want to go to that week, to go to that day, you can from any of these monthly pages. The size of this is within the same ratio as the size of these. So once you've filled these out, you can copy and paste them right into these pages as you need them. So just a nice way to get back and forth to different areas of the journal. The next monthly page is the habit tracker, where you write down the habits for the month and you tick off whether you've achieved that habit or not. Quite simple and straightforward. Then there are the health goals. So this is the monthly health goal, and you can collaborate this with your goals for the annual one. So for instance, your health goal 1, health goal 2, health goal 3, whatever your actionable step was in the year, you can put those there along with the non-scale goals. Then there are the measurements. So if you are someone that likes to measure themselves, whether it's weight, BMI, body fat percentage, there is a space for you, as well as before and after pictures of your front and of your back. Then there's a little motivating phrase. Now, if you're someone who gets triggered by measurements, don't worry, there's an easy fix. You can just block it out by using your lasso tool, taking a screenshot, pasting that white block, and just covering it up, and perhaps putting little motivational pictures there and ignoring those completely. They are, however, there for those who want them. Then, so here's where you can plan your meals for the month if you like, but you can also have a weekly meal plan, which we will get to later on, which is linked on the side over there, linking the different weeks, so you can work out your meals for the month. There's the finance page, so you can write down your income of every week, or the different places where your income comes from, so your different sources. Similarly with expenses, so you can either add, there are 5 spaces, so you can either add week 1, my income was this, week 2, so on and so forth, or say household chore, or household, I spent that much, food, I spent that much, animals and kids, I spent that much. So there's a nice space for you to put your monthly expenses, which then these different sections correlate with the annual ones, which you can then put in your annual finance goals. These links over here link to the different weekly finance pages, which we'll get to later. Then there's a brain dump page. So we all just need a place where we quickly just need to jot down a number, write down a few notes, whatever it is, just dump it on there to sort it out later. Then we have a mindfulness tracker. So this is a mood diary using keys. So for instance, if you want to make red angry, blue sad, pink in love, and then every single day you can jot down what your predominant feeling was. And lastly, there are 3 blank pages for each month for you to use as you need. Now that we're done with the monthlies, we can go to the weekly pages. So for instance, here is a time block weekly page. As I mentioned in the templates, if you're not into time blocking, then you don't have to do it. You can overlay the template onto this, and I'll show you how to do that at the end of the video. But if you do like to time block, there is the space for that. And again, there's blank space over here for widgets. So if you want to put a habit tracker there, water tracker, whatever it is you want to put there, just some pictures that make you happy, by all means, or even just jotting down notes. Each weekly page also has the little mini calendar with all the links to each individual week or page. And there are weekly trackers and pages. So the weekly trackers and pages are the health. So you'll see it's a bit different to the monthly. At the top here, it's strength. So your strength training, you can write down what weights you used. You can write down whether it was Pilates, whatever it is you do for strength training, you can write down notes there so you can keep track week for week and progress further every single week. You can write down what your cardio was for that day. Targets, so for me, targets would be, for instance, my Apple Watch rings. So the red ring, green ring, and blue ring. But yours might be different because you might have different devices. Or you might have different targets for each day when it comes to your fitness and your health. So a target could be a blood pressure target. It could be a glucose target. Whatever it is that you need. Then nutrition. So there are 3 spots there. Some people like to count calories. So calories in versus calories out. Some people like to track their macronutrients, or if you need to track in your salt intake, your sugar intake, whatever it is, there's a place there every day to do that. Track your steps and track your water intake. Where you see a little arrow like this, it goes back to the monthly page. And then, as I mentioned, there you can go back to the weekly page. The next weekly page is the meal planner. So at the top here, you will write down what you planned in the month. So you would basically copy and then paste into over here. And from there, you can work out your groceries. There are different sections. So that way you can write down your shopping list in the end in the order of your shop. So for instance, when I go shopping, the bakeries first, then the produce, then the meat. So I can all write it down in one list and make it just easy to just grab what I need and go. Then there's the finance page. So you'll write down the transaction. Was it an income? Was it an expense? If it was an income, you'll put a plus or you'll put a minus if it was an expense. So for instance, with investments, did you deposit something into your investment? So then you negative it or plus it depending on your outlook. Or did you get interest from it? So it's plus or minus depending on how you want to see it. Similarly with debt, giving, that type of thing. So in the end, you can put totals down in each section, which you can then put this into each individual week's totals, up to you, or you can add up each week and then just plop it into the annual finance, your choice. Next is the mindfulness page. So this is 3 questions just to help you with some positive thinking. So the first question on the Monday, for instance, is what am I grateful for today? The second one is what feeling do I want to invite in today? So I want to invite confidence, or I want to invite calm, up to you. And what feeling do I want to let go of today? So perhaps yesterday you were feeling anxious, so you want to let go of that anxiety, or you were feeling inadequate, so that's the feeling you want to let go of today. So you actively try and let go of that feeling. And it's something you do every single day. Here again, perhaps a nice space for pictures that calm you, perhaps pictures of the things that made you grateful, something just to center yourself and make you aware of your emotions and what you need to do in order to be the best you. Next, again, a few blank pages for you to do with what you want. Lastly, we go into daily pages. So here again, you have the option to time block, and this time or not to time block, because there aren't actually times filled in. So you can do appointment 1, appointment 2, and it might start at 11 in the morning and that one might start at 1 in the afternoon. That's up to you. Or you can time block it by going 5 to 10 because there is space for that, or 6 to 11. I don't know what your day looks like. You plop that in there. Over here is a huge space for widgets or pictures or whatever it is. And again, we'll get to widgets later, just for you to personalize this to your best use. And then at the bottom here, these are links again to the weekly pages, because the weekly pages do include every single individual day. So it's just something that you can either use the week or the daily, and you still have access to those pages. You can use the weekly for work, the daily for personal. It's all up to you. This is your diary. You individualize it for yourself. So those are all the pages of this diary. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the sticker kit, or the widgets and sticker kit that comes with the purchase of this diary, which is over here. So it starts with the days of the months in the font that I use throughout the diary, so that if you have blank pages and you need to use that font, you can, as well as some fun week blocks if you wanted to jazz it up a little, some sticker dots for when you need to add the dates, some post-its, some places, some frames for your pictures, for your memory boards, some decoration. And then over here you have a transparent habit tracker. You have a white background habit tracker if you want to block out the lines on the pages, like these lines over here. Let's get them there. So these lines, if you want to block them out, you can. Over there you can with that habit tracker. Here is a cleaning schedule. So cleaning you want to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, weekend. Ones you want to do every single day, and just little extras in case if I finish that off faster than I thought I would. Here are some extra cleaning. So a nice little cleaning widget over there. And then some fun health widgets, you know, water intake, meal tracker, exercise steps. Then there's a mood tracker, your top 3 priorities, weather, what you're grateful for, remind me to. So just a few little widgets that you can pop in as you need. And similarly here, so that's a habit tracker that you can have for the week, a weekly savings jar with a little picture for whatever you're saving for, perhaps for that week, or just something that you bring forward every single time, and then space for how much you saved on each day, your priorities for each day of the week. So these are actually weekly widgets that you can use, or daily if you so wish. A cleaning tracker, so if you're someone who cleans a room a day, so bedroom, bathrooms, you can have that over there. The workouts you want to do each day, water intake tracker for the week. If your pets require special medication or exercise, or they're still puppies, for instance, and they have different classes on different day, there's something you can add there. And then this long one over here, that you can actually copy and paste over the weekly time slots in the time block area, because if you don't have a 5 to 10 day, you're someone who wakes up at 10 in the evening and then works the night shift, or it changes from day to day, sometimes you work the night shift, sometimes you work the day shift, you can then block that out on those weeks to suit you. And again, the Snell round hand is the font that's being used, so you can still uniformly add that to the time block. And then just a few other washi tapes, some decorations, some arrows that you can use, more post-its, and some tags. So just some stickers to get you started with. Cozy Kitten Digital does have a bunch of stickers that they do have. So for instance, the January sticker kit, which I'll show in a different video. But just to get you started right in the beginning, you get this sticker kit with any purchase of the digital planner. Now I'm going to show you how to take the week where it isn't time blocking, and then put it over the weeks that do have time blocking, so that you still have links and that type of thing. So you're going to screenshot this template, and then you're going to crop it to the appropriate size. Excuse my neighbors next door if you can hear that. Then you'll go to the week in question. So let's say December week 1, and then you just add the image you just cropped, and then you overlay it so that it is exactly over the original. And once you've done that, you can still use the hyperlinks. Now, important to note that if you do add an image, a sticker for instance, or something like that, what do we have that we can use? There we go. You can't use the lasso to move it now, otherwise you're going to move everything. So you will have to use the image tool, and if you are writing something and you want to move it, make sure your lasso tool is unticked on images so that you can move your writing. The same can be done with the templates. So if you are on a blank page that has a calendar, then you can add the templates on those pages and just crop it add it to the right side of your digital planner on the page you want it, and then you should have those hyperlinks. And just a last minute tweak. So I decided to add this keep, fix, start, stop at the monthly reflection area in your monthly goals. That way, for those goals that you missed out on or need to reevaluate, you know what part of it to keep, the actions you took that were progressing towards your goal. So you keep those that were not quite there, but it was on the good side. You can tweak and fix it a little. Something that you need to start, so if it's something you completely missed the boat with or didn't even think of, you can start. And something you need to stop, so if there was a habit or something that you weren't quite happy with, you could stop that. So I added this keep, fix, start, stop to the end of the reflection. So that was the planner. Thank you so much for watching this video. And again, if you liked what you saw and you would like to see more of this, perhaps even do a plan with me once a month, once a week, go ahead and click subscribe. And if you like this video, please click like. It will really help get this thing going. Until next time, have a good one.